Hey fish people, welcome back to the channel. So today we're talking fish food, specifically Xtreme Nice. Now Xtreme Nice, and NICE is an acronym. It stands for Naturally Intense Color Enhancing. It is a 1.5 pellet. I'm going to again call this a semi-sinking pellet, which to me just means if you add it in, some are going to fall right away, some are going to float for a little bit. The first ones are going to sink because as you add them more, they're going to, hit them and fall down. And now this is a great food here for your cichlid people out there. And, you can feed it to a lot of other stuff. You can community tanks. I feed this to my community tanks and other, small-ish fish, not super tiny fish because, of course, their mouths are going to be too small. But I will add this in every now and then to my community tanks. Things like my bigger tetras and rasboras will eat it. My plecos will eat it. My corridors love it. My algae eater will peck at it, as will my two-spot catfish. I've also, fed it to my betta fish. It's depending on if the fish is too small, I won't, because sometimes 1.5 millimeters is a bit too big for betta fish. But if you got a slightly larger betta fish, just keep an eye on it, feed it. If you don't see it struggling to eat it, you're good to go. I also feed it in my wild betta tank. They love it. I was looking at reviews, and I've seen people say they feed it. A lot of African cichlid people say they feed the nice food here. I saw people saying rainbow fish and cribs as well. So it's definitely a versatile food that can be added to lots of different tank setups. Now, if we're going to look real quickly at the ingredients here, we've got krill meal, shrimp meal, squid meal, pea protein, and, spirulina, along with a bunch of other ingredients. It's all on the screen right now. You guys can either pause the video and read it, or, just look it up on keepfishkeeping.com. For the crude analysis here, we're looking at 38% protein, 5% fat, 6 fiber, 0.9 phosphorus, 12 moisture, and 11 ash. Now, color enhancing. What's that mean? So the various ingredients in the food have something in them. The pigments in the foods themselves are what's going to enhance the color of your fish. So as the fish eat the food and digest it, the pigments in the various ingredients will break down and, move throughout the fish system and help enhance certain colors in the color spectrum. Now, the easiest way to compare this to humans is if someone eats a metric fraction of, carrots and follows it up with V8. I think that's an episode of House, but, I've heard this happen before. They're going to turn orange. So if you're eating colors that are heavy in pigment as a human, you eat a whole lot of it, your body will, change pigments kind of. It's rare, and you do have to eat a lot of it. I'm talking a lot of it. So fish are much smaller. They don't have to eat as much. So if you're feeding it consistently several times a week, you're definitely going to notice that your fish's color will pop. I've got some Von Rio tetras. I do feed this to that tank, and I was feeding them other stuff, started feeding them a bit more of this, and I do notice their colors are getting a little more intense. This is the primary thing I feed my African cichlids. Their colors really pop and come out heavily. I've got other African cichlids that I feed other food, and I will say their colors are slightly duller, so it does work to some extent, though a lot of more testing would have to go into it to see like a percentage or a factor that it enhances color. Now, if you are looking to get some, I would again highly recommend you check out keepfishkeeping.com, which is, of course, KG Tropical's website. That's where I order pretty much all of my food, as well as my various chemicals these days for my tanks. Super fast shipping. I place an order, it's at my doorstep within 2 to 3 days. So it does come very quickly. And I just do regular, priority. I don't do anything overnight or anything. So it's here. I've never really waited more than 3 days unless, the post offices were closed for, blizzards or something. So there's a link down in the description and the pinned comment of this video as well, if you just want to check out their website and peruse the various fish foods and other awesome products they have on their website. So overall, I think this food is a great one. Definitely going to be a staple now in my fish feeding routine to most all of my tanks. Again, betta fish get this as long as they can handle it. Primarily African cichlids, but again, community fish tanks as well. Corridors love it. My catfish love it. That's plecos and regular catfish included. your, fish that can eat it, definitely try it out. You can get the small size if you want to instead of getting the big one. But if you can get some, definitely give it a shot and see if it, helps your fish as well. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if y'all have used this before, if you want to maybe try and use it. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next one.